Good morning, it's Chad Seay from Seay Real Estate here in Richmond, Virginia. What do you do when you want to buy a house, but you have to sell your house first before you're able to buy that house? But there it is, it's on the market, it's beautiful, it's exactly what you're looking for, and you want to buy it, but you do have to sell this other house. Well, if you truly do have to sell the other house in order to qualify to buy the next one, then some options aren't available. You can't just go buy that one and then worry about selling your other one later. If you have that luxury, that can be a good way to secure that property, to make sure no one else gets it, and even you can transition into that house easier as you just move your things from one house to the next and then get busy on selling yours. But for most people, they have to sell their house in order to buy another one. So you've spotted that house. Yes, you can go make an offer on it that is subject to the sale of your current home. And when we do that, we use an instrument in our business called a first right of refusal. Sometimes it's called a right of first refusal. Same thing, but you make the offer on the house. You say, yes, I'm going to buy it, and hopefully you negotiate terms that everyone agrees to, but there's a clause in there that says that you're going to go through with buying it. You're going to consummate that transaction only when your house is sold and closed. Now, with that clause in there, the seller typically retains the right to continue to market their house, and if somebody else comes along who's ready to buy it, and lo and behold, they have nothing else to sell, it's not contingent upon them selling a house, well, then they can proceed with that subsequent buyer, but they have to give you notice. And you'll normally have 24 to 48 hours to either get your house sold and under contract to a qualified buyer, or prove to that seller that you're able and willing to go ahead and buy their house without yours being sold. So in situations like that, oftentimes it's a race. We negotiate a contract for you to buy the home you love. There's a clause in there, right of first refusal, and then we go back, get yours on the market, and we try as best we can to get that sold before they find another buyer for the house you love. And if we do that and we can give them evidence that we are ready to go, well, then the house is yours and you can proceed. If they find that other buyer and they give us notice, options are really just a couple. Either go ahead and commit to buying it without yours being sold, or find a buyer for your house. So that's a right of first refusal. First right of refusal, however you want to word that, that's how they work. We see them a lot in our business. Many times we're able to pull that off, get the client's house sold in time for them to buy the one that they love. Sometimes it doesn't happen. But that's a little bit about it. We had one recently where we were representing the buyer and we made the offer on the house, and my buyer had nothing at all to sell, but they already had a right of first refusal on the one that my buyers were trying to buy. So my buyers loved it. They made the offer, and that seller gave the other buyer notice that, hey, we've got another offer. You need to step up to the plate or we're going to move on. And there was a 48-hour period where my client was wondering, setting on pins and needles, are they going to be able to go ahead and buy that house, come up with a way to do it or not? And they were hoping in this case that they wouldn't, because they really wanted it. And sure enough, the people weren't able to come up with a way to buy it, so our clients were able to move in and do so. So that's how that works. I hope you have a great week. I'm Chad Seay with Seay Real Estate.